Mike, do you have the rest of the pictures ready?
I do indeed.
All right, so we're going to go from a stadium that is not sold out to a stadium that is. Now, we're going to play a quick game here. So put up the first image. Put up the first image. We're going to play a game, okay?
Okay.
Now, let me ask you guys, what city do you think this picture was taken in?
It looks like San Francisco.
Wrong.
Yeah.
Wrong.
Ohio.
Ohio.
Okay.
I mean, that's not a city, but like.
Well, I kind of figured it out based on looking at the uniforms on the field.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
ahead,
it looks like 49. Yeah, it looks like the 49ers, I would say. But if it's not,
now, the 49ers are a team that was playing in this game.
Right.
But this picture is not from San Francisco. Now, put up the next picture, Mike. We're going to keep playing this game.
Okay.
Okay. Now, this one makes it a little bit easier. Okay.
Is it the same game? The same game?
No, this is a different. These are three different pictures. Now, this is the same one. Now, this one's a little easier. Now, what city, based on the field? Obviously, this is Las Vegas. But look around in the seats. You see a lot of what color?
A lot of red.
Well, more specifically, a lot of orange.
Orange, yeah, it is orange. Okay.
Now, is orange the colors of the Raiders, fellas?
No.
That is correct, Mike. Good. Now let's go to the last picture.
Okay.
Let's go to the last picture.
This is hard.
I feel like this is some fucked up test.
It is. Now, we're ready? Where do you think this picture was taken?
New Jersey. It's the Jersey Shore.
Honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised if it was just like if they just shipped in Packers fans at a Giants game.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so you see the guy on the very right who's got his head down like this. Who
he looks ashamed. Yeah.
Now, can you go back to the second one?
Yeah.
All three of those pictures were taken in this stadium.
Oh, that's terrible.
That is absolutely fucking embarrassing. And that's something that's been going on for a while. And it happened. I couldn't find the video. There was a video that Vikings fans this past weekend did the same thing. And the whole stadium was purple.
I think they were talking about that in the radio today. Yeah.
They were talking about that in the radio. And so basically, this is something that's been going on since the Raiders moved to Vegas, is that everybody, because there's only 8 or 9 home games. I don't know if you remember the conversation we had about the A's, where I went on a 20-minute long anger rant about how it's not going to work in Vegas. Yeah. This is sort of evidence that adds to my point, which is that all you're going to get is people that just lost money gambling who got comp tickets or road fans. There's not going to be a fan base in Vegas. Because the Raiders, I went to an Oakland Raiders game years ago. That was home field advantage. That was hardcore. Those are some of the most tough-ass motherfucking fans I've ever seen. This right here is some weak-ass shit. This right here is just it's embarrassing on so many levels. The fact that you have 90% opposing fans at almost every single game. It's crazy.
Usually when a team,
it's a transplant.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's tourist and transplants.
It's where people visit to gamble and get HPV and
get buried in the desert.
Have gambling that they'll never be able to pay off. So yeah, it makes sense that they haven't cultivated a fan base, and it's crazy because Oakland used to be the most savage, rabid fan base ever.
Yeah, I've been there.
Like, terrified to go to their game. Like they were like almost as bad as Eagles fans. Like they were notoriously diehard.
The Legion of Doom.
Yeah.
And this right here is going to have ramifications for a couple reasons. The first, because the thing is, these ticket prices, the reason why all the stands are this full of opposing fans, they have the highest ticket prices in the league because they get jacked up by the fact that the casinos buy them. They sell them in packages to tourists. Oh, come stay at our hotel for 4 nights and you'll get a ticket to the game. So people will come in and exactly. You got whatever, lose some money gambling. We'll upgrade your seats maybe. I don't know what the case may be individually, but the fact is, it's all corporate controlled, and the prices are too high for locals to go. And so this is what you have now in Vegas. You essentially just have a team that plays on the road 17 games a year. And this is going to affect, secondly, their free agency. Because what player in their right mind would go, oh, yeah, I want to play what are essentially all road games every single year?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Go ahead, Mike.
This is like when they say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Well, that's true because there's no Raiders fans there. They don't know what's going on, essentially. And in this picture, you have George Santos showing up, waving a towel, which is nice. But no, it's none of the fans are gonna. Oakland fans aren't gonna go out of spite, and I'm glad they aren't going. And same thing with the A's fans; they're not gonna go out of spite. I want to get that. I want to get that Oakland Bees hat, by the way, just as a protest. And then
same. That's a sick hat.
It's going to take a while to build up a following, but Vegas is still not ready for sports. They had the NBA All-Star game there. They've been trying to get. It's going to be a while, but again, I think you're right, Phil, in your points about people are just going there. They're going to go to the game because it's part of the vacation to Vegas. So I don't know. I don't know what it's like living there. I don't know. Ask Jimmy Kimmel. He's from Vegas. I don't know. Do people like going to sports? I would imagine they do, or they're just not used to it. I don't know. So this is pretty embarrassing right now. It's not going to bode well for NBA and whoever moves there next. It's going to take a while for this to become a sports town.
Well, the fact is, even if it does, the ticket prices are so high because they're bought up by the tourists and the corporations and the casinos that the locals can't go. I would imagine that there's at least some sports bars in the area that are packed out with Raiders fans that are a sick atmosphere. But the fact that the stadium itself is not it fucking sucks for them, man. That's super, especially considering that, like Brian was saying, Oakland used to be hardcore. Like that was a scary stadium to go to as a visiting fan. And now you go and you go to Vegas, you send your wife to the spa, you send your daughter to a show, you go and you have a little apple teeny, and then you go to watch your team play on the road against the Raiders. Like it's so lame and soft and weak, and I feel bad for the real fans because this is what happens when everything just becomes corporatized and bought out.
Is that your impression of George Santos as a Steelers fan?
No, that's my impression of like a lame, pathetic married guy who doesn't get to make any of his decisions for himself. But yet he somehow convinces his family to go to Vegas one weekend a year to go to a fucking football game.
Well, it's hard he
can get drunk and forget about everything that's gone wrong in his life.
It's hard to compete with free prostitution. Not free prostitution, but legal prostitution. Also.
I was going to say free.
They have that there, not free. If it's free, forget it, and then nobody's going. But
I don't know, that's Oh yeah, no, that's. I wonder how low they have to lower those prices to just get no one to show up at the football games. So I don't have anything much more to say about that. I just wanted to bring this to everyone's attention how unbelievably pathetic this is.